All right, let's go and move along to our next guest, and arguably the most anticipated guest of the day. If you've been following him on Twitter, he has been dropping clues all week long. He said yesterday, the gloves are off. He wants to speak. He has found his forum, and we welcome him right here, right now, with open arms. He is the former Bellator lightweight champion, the hottest free agent in MMA today. Eddie Alvarez joins us via the magic of Skype, and he is just chilling, leaning back, all relaxed. Eddie, how are you, my friend?
Good, man. Back at home in Philadelphia, and awaiting to hear some good news.
Well, there's a little guy there.
Sorry.
No, it's
Go
not
ahead.
an Eddie Alvarez interview at home unless your kids show up in some form.
I told you I'd come in studio. You said, no, let's do it at home. This is my kid's home, not mine.
I love the haircut. That's a sweet haircut right there.
Thanks, man.
Very
All right,
chocolate.
Bye.
Well, it's good. What's his name?
Sorry, Ariel.
No problem. What's his name?
That's Alistair.
Get it. Really? Like Alistair Overeem?
Yeah, Alistair's my youngest. Yeah.
That is. Did you name him after Alistair Overeem?
Look. People got. I like Alistair Overeem. He's a teammate of mine in Florida. I'm not some kind of closet crazy fan. I liked his name, and that's as far as it went. I liked his name, and it's not spelled the same, but
okay.
I liked his name, so it wasn't anything more than that. Trust me.
All right. Well, that is good to know. And Alistair is wreaking havoc right now. Lots to talk to you about, Eddie. As I mentioned on your Twitter, Alvarez fight, you have been dropping clues of all kinds. And yesterday you said the gloves are off. You want to speak your mind. What is going on? You are a free agent. Word came out last week that Bellator matched the offer that the UFC presented to you. Where are you going to fight next? What's going on with this whole situation?
So everyone's heard that Bellator is matched or whatnot, and it's a difficult situation. We went to settlement maybe a couple of days ago. We had a settlement meeting to where we were supposed to settle our differences and everything was supposed to get worked out. Long story short, I was sued 30 minutes after that, after our settlement agreement was over. So there's some tension in the air, and try not to get too frustrated in the meantime of what's going on.
Okay, so you said a lot there. Did they in fact match the offer that the UFC offered you?
No, we don't believe it was matched at all. And I want to be able to give details to you guys, but I'm not allowed because we're in the middle of a pending lawsuit, I guess.
Okay.
So what I can say is what I said on Twitter the other day. If Ariel, if I wanted to go to dinner with one guy, he asked me to dinner, and another guy asked me to dinner, and the intentions of guy number one is to take me to a fine dining restaurant and to eat lobster, and the intention of the second guy is to maybe take me to McDonald's. Guy number two just believes that dinner's dinner, and dinner isn't dinner. There's a huge difference when you're talking about McDonald's or some fine dining, and the two we don't believe are comparable. And I think I've gotten some slack from fans saying that I signed a contract and that my management should have read the contract correctly. I did. When I signed with Bellator 4 years ago, I've read everything correctly. And I'm a man of my word, and I'm willing to fulfill every obligation when I sign a contract. And I did that. I've done that. I held up my end of the bargain. I've fought every fight they asked me to fight. And the truth is that the matching it's just not a match. A match in my book, a match is if I was to fight for one promotion and got paid $10, then a match would be the other promotion would pay me $10, and that's not what's going on here. And they're saying they match. They're going to media and saying that they match the offer, but in our opinion, this is not a match. It's not even close.
So the terms aren't the same.
Terms are not the same. No, not even. No, the terms are not the same, and I don't know. I don't know what the strategy is here, because to us it's pretty plain and simple. You know, our opinions is this is plain and simple. If this goes before anybody in court, they're going to see very, very fast that this is not a match. And I don't know. I don't know, man. And I'm disappointed. The truth is, I'm disappointed. You know, I gave a lot of my life to this to Bellator and to this promotion, and I've let them know how I feel, and I don't get much back in return, you know.
So right now, why are they suing you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what the lawsuit's for. Say hi, Aunt.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Can you go upstairs, buddy, for right now? Let me do this interview, and then I'll come on. Okay.
Let's go in the job, please.
All right. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's for. I'll find out. I'll find out very soon. But not sure what I'm being sued for. And the truth is, the past year or so, I've been threatened with lawsuits a couple times. This ain't the first time.
By who?
Bellator. You know, this isn't the first time. I apologize to everyone who's listening. I haven't been completely honest. I've been smiling, and I've been flying the flag and doing everything that I felt I was obligated to do as a fighter, and for my employer and the promotion. But, you know, I'm under certain obligations and I can't say certain things. But, you know, after the Aoki fight, I'm sure anybody who's a fan of mine seen this mini documentary, correct?
Yeah.
The mini documentary that Overeem,
Yeah.
Elder did
Yeah.
on me. Elder's a cool ass dude, man, and he followed me for 3 days, and they gave him so much shit when he was filming me in my locker room. He reprimanded like a child, you know. Hey, you can't film. I said, what do you mean? He's just filming me. No, he wasn't allowed to film. And then when he let the film out to the public to see, we were threatened with a lawsuit. You can't do that. We said, what are you talking about? This is helping promote me. This is helping promote Bellator. What is a lawsuit for? What's going on? Get that off. Get that off. Get that off of the air. We don't want that on there. I didn't understand this. And I felt like it was because I wasn't re-signing. You know? All I want to do is see what my I want to see what's out there for me, you know? At the end of this contract, I wanted to see where my stock was, how much I'd be worth in the 4 years of all the work I've done. What would I be worth? And I felt like, since my curiosity hurt me, you know, like they didn't want me to see what I'd be worth at the end of this.
So I go back to the question that I asked you after the Aoki fight. Actually, after the Pitbull fight, you ran out of the cage. Now, can you tell us the honest answer? Was that symbolic? Did you want to get the heck out of there?
I said at the press conference afterwards that I was looking for the exit, but you know, a lot of it just, you know, this past year has been tough, man. It's been different. It's been different than the 3 years before, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to keep my smile on my face and fly the flag the way I should and fulfill my obligations the way I should. But the truth is, I haven't been very happy, and I haven't been as honest as I wanted to fans. And you know, just like anybody who's at their job, they don't want to discuss their, you know, their problems with, you know, when their boss is paying them and things like that. But, you know, it's just not, I don't feel like it's been fair.
You were a Bellator pioneer, and Bjorn always talked very highly of you. And even, throughout this process thus far, I mean, he always says, we'd support Eddie, all this stuff. Why don't you just speak to him? Can you not do that? Just be like, let me go figure this out for myself. Let me go if, I like this deal. Like, you can't speak to a man-to-man after everything you've been through. And he seems like a pretty, reasonable guy. I mean, that's what he says to us about Hector. That's what he said to us about you. You can't figure it out that way?
There's two completely different sides to this man, and over the past years I spoke to him just like that, and I still do. We still had some conversations, and there's two different sides, and I thought, where I grew up and where I'm from, when someone smiles at you and tells you something, you believe it. Because if someone lies to you, if someone's a man of their word, then, that's death. Where I'm from, it's very simple. That's the reality of where I grew up and where I'm from. But, like, this is sort of a different ball game, man. I get eaten alive in this realm because what people say means nothing. And being loyal and them sort of things, that kind of goes out the window.
See you later, Alistair.
They're going to pick Eddie up down the street.
I'm wondering if you got the exact same deal from Bellator, truly the same deal, right, as you were getting from the UFC, which would you choose? Where do you want to fight?
No, if it was a match, I would be more than happy to honor the contract. I signed that contract, so I'm obligated to fulfill. I have to fulfill my obligations. It's what I signed. I'm a man. I understand that, and I have no problem. I'll go about it, no problem. If it was a match, if it was 100% match, I would have no problem going to fight for Bellator. Zero problem. That is not my issue. That's not my issue. Do I want to fight the best in the world? Yeah. I'm just like any other fighter out there. Would I love to fight the Ben Hendersons? Yeah, tomorrow. The Gilbert Melendez? Yeah, I'll fight any one of them. I've always wanted to fight the best guys. That's not the issue, The issue has to do with being fair. And if the contract says at the end we get a chance to match, this contract, I said okay to that 4 years ago, and I'm accountable for that. And in our eyes, this is not a match. This is the difference of a lot of money, and it's hard for me to sign on a dotted line. This is the difference of a lot of money.
So is it like the show and win money is the same, but they're promising things like maybe pay-per-view points and all that? Because how can someone look at something on paper and be like, yeah, this is a match, and you say it's not a match? We're talking figures here. So where's the discrepancy?
I'm not allowed to.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not allowed to speak on the actual terms of the contract.
Okay.
On each and get too detailed. I can say that I'm a fighter, guys. You can believe a promoter or you can believe a fighter. I've never been. I'm nothing but more than honest with everyone I've come across. I'm the most honest person you guys know. This is not a match. In our eyes, my management eyes, and anybody who can see properly, this is not. A match to me is one guy offers a certain. And I would do the same way financially with one company that I would with the other. And this is not the way it would go.
So how's the UFC handling this situation? Are they helping you out? Like, what can they do in this situation?
They can't do anything. I mean, the truth is the UFC is a business just like Bellator, and they can offer me the contract, and that's it. They can offer their contract and say, this is what we're willing to pay for you to fight an organization. It's sent to Bellator, and then Bellator, says they have the chance to match, and they say they do. It's up to the court now, man. I mean, I'm being sued, and it's going to go before a judge, and I think it should be very clear what's going on, and the UFC has nothing to say in this. They're a business. They offer me what they offer me, and we feel like the UFC's deal is much greater.
Do you like that deal?
I like that deal. Yeah, I do. I do. It wasn't a Hector Lombard deal. You know, everybody thought it'd be something. It wasn't a Hector Lombard deal, but it was a good deal. And given the opportunity that you have, I consider it a good deal. And I consider it a much better deal than the one that's, you know, that Bellator is offering.
And so what kind of timeline are we looking at here? I mean, is this thing going to put you on the sidelines for a year? Do you know when the court date is? Lay it out for us if you can.
I don't know. That's what frustrates me, man. I have a family. I have kids. I have tuition to pay, bills to pay, and I just want to fight. I just want to be able to fight. And the past couple of years been every 6 months they have me fight. You know, by the time I go to fight again, I'm running on E. So I just want to get back in the cage as soon as possible. And this is where, you know, I text and I Twitter, and I'm so frustrated that there's nothing I can do about this situation. So I try to keep my eye on just training, you know, because that's the only thing I can control is my training and just getting better. But I would like to know when I'm going to fight again. I would like to know where my future lies, and I don't. It's frustrating. It's disappointing. I get angry. So I don't know what's next.
I'm not a lawyer or anything, but can you countersue Bellator if they're suing you for something you don't really understand? Like, how does that work?
I
guess you're not a lawyer either, right?
Hey, no, I'm not too beat on law, but I mean, you know, I am losing valuable time. You know, every day that I don't have a fight booked or I don't have a fight scheduled, I'm losing time, losing money, losing, you know, a huge part of my career. And I'm coming up to my prime. I'll be 29 on January 11th. And I feel like I'm ready to compete. I'm ready to compete with the best guys out there. And I'm ready, but I don't know if I can.
And usually, and by the way, happy early birthday. Usually you're very upbeat. You know, you're always kind of a positive guy. I get the sense, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't want it to come to this, right? I have a feeling that you didn't want to sort of air this out for everyone, but do you almost feel like you have no choice at this point?
No, not at all. Look, I'm grateful for I'm grateful for my life and what Bellator, you know, employed me in the last couple of years. I'm very grateful, and I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. I'm not asking anybody to lose any sleep or cry or feel sorry for me. I just I want to move on, and that's my biggest frustration is that I can't move on. I'm stuck in this. I told my friend this is the worst fight I've ever been in, you know, and I haven't thrown a punch. This has been the most violent, most tactical, most heartless battle that I've ever been in, and I don't even have gloves or a mouthpiece in. This is awful. I don't.
Are you involved? Are you involved in the process? Like, do you ever say to them, "This offer does not match this offer. You can't give me what this offer is giving me"? And what do they say to that if you do?
I don't get an explanation. I get, you know what I get? I get, we feel it matches. and what else do I get? We feel it matches. The opposing contract wasn't written tight enough. We feel that there's some wiggle room.
And at this point, let's say there is wiggle. At this point, can you even go back? I mean, you talk about two sides to Bjorn, and you talk about how frustrated. Do you even want to go back at this point?
I'm willing. Believe me, I'm willing to take the offer, and we try to set that straight, and we try to make it fair in a settlement meeting. We try to make it completely fair. We offered a number that we felt was fair. It was actually less than what our projected number we were to get at the UFC. It was less than what our projections were at the UFC. And it was, I mean, it wasn't even an afterthought. The phone was hung up within 1 minute. It
Wow.
said, no way.
Wow.
No way. They said, no way, not a chance. And I think within a half an hour, there was a lawsuit. And, you know, I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of used to it, you know. If I do anything that isn't, you know, what they want me to do, I'm going to get a lawsuit. If I put a video out promoting myself, I get, you know, a lawsuit, you know. If you've seen some text messages and some things, it would blow your mind.
Wow.
It will blow your mind.
Wow.
You, the fans, it will blow your mind.
So is there a chance this puts you on the sidelines for a year, or do you think that it will get settled at some point this year? Like, what are you looking at? I mean, what are your people telling you? What kind of a process are you looking at here?
They say a good settlement is always better than a bad settlement is always better than a good litigation. That's what I'm told. I don't even know what them words mean. So you say, you know, you rather deal with settling, you know, with something that you're not happy with than going through the court for whatever. But you know, I have a certain belief, and I believe in something, and I have hopes and goals and dreams that they're more important to me than what's going on right now, and I'm willing to stand up and fight for what I believe in. And I just, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to fight, you know, and I'm not able to do my job because of what's going on. I'm just simply not able to. My hands are tied. You can call it what you want, but I can't fight the way I want to. I can't fight the people I want to, and that's it.
Final thing, Eddie, and I know you've said a lot. I know it's not a very pleasant interview for you, but anything else that we didn't touch on that you'd like to get out there to the people? This is a great forum. Everyone watching, is there anything that you'd like to say about the situation that could maybe help it out, or just to get your side out there?
I know if fans have any questions, I'd love to answer any questions for fans. I see some fans Twitter me and write things, but it doesn't seem like they're too knowledgeable about how things go. And I would like to answer any question that any fans have. You know, some of them are under the misconception that I can just go to the UFC. You know, like they say, "Oh, why don't you go to UFC? What are you scared?" Like that's not the way it goes, guys. These guys want you to sign contracts, and you got to abide by them contracts, and you're obligated to them contracts. So it's not that easy. It's not as simple as that. I want to answer every question that people have out there. I want the questions answered.
Well, I think we've answered a lot of them here, because I think a lot of people didn't really understand. I mean, they got the tweets, they got the sort of references, the dinner and whatnot. You can figure it out if you're smart. But I think now, I mean, we didn't know about any of this. So I think now it obviously clears up a lot. That's the sense that I'm getting. So we'd love to know an update on the situation when you go to court, whatnot, and we'll monitor the situation and give you the platform here. But I think we addressed a lot here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Ariel. And even after this, I'm at Alvarez Fight on Twitter, and I'll be answering questions for the next hour or so for anybody else who has anything further, because it's, you know, you guys allow us fighters to fight, and it's important that you guys know the truth about what really goes on. And what you see in the media isn't always what's true. And you deserve to know the truth. You guys are the ones paying, and you guys are the ones keeping the sport alive. So it's important you're told the truth.
So there you have it. It's twitter.com/eAlvarezFight. He'll be online for the next hour. If there's anything that we didn't ask that you want answered, I think we clarified a lot. But if there's any question, Eddie's saying right now, you see him, he's in front of a computer. He will answer your question. So go online right now if you're watching this live, and hit him up. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Always a class act, Eddie. You deserve to get what you deserve, and we hope it all works out for you one way or the other.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. It's E Alvarez Fight. At E Alvarez Fight on Twitter. I appreciate the fans and everyone, man. God bless.
There he is, Eddie Alvarez, former Bellator lightweight champion, stuck in a bit of a pickle here between two promoters, an ugly situation it appears, and we appreciate him coming on the show right now to clear the air as best as he can.